August is early for a different harvest, not too late for this one. Everything you plant right now doesn't mature in August heat. It matures in September and October when nights cool down and days get shorter. And that shift changes vegetables at a chemical level. Cold weather pushes plants to convert stored starch into sugar as a kind of natural antifreeze. That's not a gardening trick, that's just what plants do. The same seed that gives you a bitter, stringy vegetable in June gives you something sweet and crisp in November. If you're in Zone 7 or warmer, stretch every timeline in this video by 2 to 3 extra weeks. If you're in Zone 4 through 6, plant right on schedule. 9 vegetables belong in your garden this month. Number 3 finishes what most people gave up on in June. Number 8 gets sweeter every time the temperature drops, and gardeners who planted it in August are still harvesting it in December while everyone else's garden is done. Let's get into all 9. Number 1. Carrots. A carrot pulled after a few genuinely cold nights is sweeter than one pulled in June. That's plant chemistry, not marketing. Cold pushes the plant to convert stored starch into sugar right there in the root. The challenge is getting them started in August heat. Carrot seed needs the top layer of soil to stay damp, and that layer dries out fast this time of year. Here's the fix. After sowing, lay a board or a piece of burlap directly over the seeded row to trap moisture. Check under it every morning and pull the covering the second you see sprouts. Leaving it on too long smothers them. Choose a short, stocky variety like Danvers or Knott's for fall soil. Sow now, pull sweet carrots in October and November. Number 2. Spinach. Spring spinach bolts almost the moment it warms up. Most people never get a real harvest from it. August flips that completely because spinach was built for cooling weather, not warming it. Wait for the second half of August to sow. Soil above 85 degrees stalls germination, so give it a little time to cool first. Look for a slow bolt variety like Bloomsdale. It buys you a longer window before the plant tries to flower. Harvest from the outside in. Pull the outer leaves, leave the center growing, and one planting keeps feeding you for weeks straight through October. Number 3. Lettuce. Summer lettuce is almost impossible to keep productive. It bolts within days and turns bitter fast. August gives you a second chance because lettuce seed has a built-in defense mechanism. Above 80 degrees, the seed simply refuses to germinate, which is why summer plantings often fail before they even start. Here's the fix. Sow in a spot with afternoon shade, water the bed thoroughly first, and cover the seeded area with a light cloth for the first 5 to 7 days to keep the surface cool. Once seedlings are established and about 2 inches tall, they handle the rest of the summer heat just fine. Look for a variety labeled slow bolt or heat tolerant, and plant now while you still have a full fall season ahead. By harvest time, the air is cool and the leaves are sweet instead of bitter. Number 4. Swiss chard. Chard does something almost nothing else on this list can do. It handles August heat and keeps going straight through a frost. Most fall greens pick a season, spring or fall. Chard doesn't pick a side. Here's a tip most people only learn by growing their own. The leaves and the stems cook like 2 different vegetables. Leaves wilt down in under 2 minutes like spinach. Stems need 4 or 5 extra minutes before they're tender. Separate them when you harvest, cook the stems first, and stir the leaves in at the end. The Bright Lights variety gives you red, orange, yellow, and white stems on the same plant, one of the best-looking things you can grow, and it tastes as good as it looks. Number 5. Radishes. Spring radishes are racing against warming temperatures. Plant too early and germination is slow. Wait too long and heat triggers bolting, and the root turns hollow and sharp. August radishes have the opposite experience. Seeds germinate fast in warm soil, 4 to 5 days for most varieties, and then falling temperatures through September work in the plant's favor instead of against it. Days to harvest, 22 to 28 days, so radishes are on your table by early September. Succession plant a small row every 10 days through mid-September, and you'll have continuous fresh radishes into October. One rule matters more than any other with radishes. Pull them on time. Left in the ground, even a few days past ready, they turn woody and bitter fast. Number 6, broccoli. Broccoli has a reputation problem in the US, and it's not really broccoli's fault. Most people plant it in spring, it bolts in early summer heat before it heads up properly, and they write the whole vegetable off. The fix isn't luck, it's timing. Start seeds indoors now or find transplants at a garden center in late August. They'll mature their heads in October in cool air that tightens the head and concentrates flavor instead of forcing it to bolt. After you cut the main head, don't pull the plant. Side shoots keep coming from the base for weeks, smaller but just as good. One planting can carry your broccoli harvest into November. Look for a 60 to 70 day variety like Calabrese so it beats first frost. Number 7. Cabbage. Cabbage follows the same cold-sweetened rule as kale and Brussels sprouts. As temperatures drop, the plant converts stored starch into sugar, and a cabbage that matures after a few cool nights is milder and sweeter than one grown in summer heat, with none of the sharp sulfury edge people associate with boiled cabbage. For August planting, use transplants if you can find them, or start seeds indoors right now. Choose a fast-maturing variety, something in the 60 to 70 day range like Golden Acre or early Jersey Wakefield, so it has time to head up before a hard freeze. Know when to pull it, squeeze the head. When it feels solid and firm all the way through, it's ready. If you need to leave it in the ground a little longer, give the whole plant a quarter turn to snap a few roots. That slows water uptake and keeps the head from splitting while you wait. Number 8. Kale, the one that keeps improving. This is the vegetable that rewards the most patience. When temperatures actually drop below freezing, not just cool but a real frost, kale converts its stored starches into sugar as a defense mechanism. The result is a genuinely different vegetable, milder, sweeter, more tender than anything the same plant produced in September. This is exactly why farmers' market vendors sell out of kale first thing on a cold October morning. The people buying know it's better after frost, not despite it. So now, let the plant establish through September and let the first frost do the rest of the work for you. Harvest the outer leaves and leave the center intact. One plant keeps producing into November and in Zone 7 and warmer straight through December and into January. Number 9. Turnips. Turnips get a bad reputation in America because most people have only had the old woody storage kind, sharp, fibrous, forgettable. That's not what a fresh turnip is. Pull one at golf ball size around 2 inches across from an August sowing maturing in October, and it's a completely different vegetable, mild, slightly sweet, crisp enough to eat raw. And before the root is even ready, the greens give you an earlier harvest at 30 days, cooking up similar to mustard greens. If you want to actually change your mind about turnips, grow Hakare, the Japanese salad turnip. Small, smooth, white, mild enough to eat straight out of the ground. 9 vegetables, 1 planting window, and a harvest that runs from early September all the way into December, depending on your zone. August isn't the tail end of the growing season. For these 9, it's the starting line. Which one are you planting first? Drop it in the comments and put your zone next to it. Someone gardening in your exact climate is reading those comments today. Subscribe for more of this